I think it's the same focus every week. At MAC, I mean, it's still a new opponent. I know this first game is new. We don't know what's going on. You don't know the guys that are on the field, so just getting to know what they're going to possibly run, and just it's the same thing every week. I don't see any differences from any other week. So yeah.
But you get to run into, instead of Kelly Schwartz, you get to run into Kinnick
and
have it full. I mean, have you thought about that moment, the swarm and everything?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that for a while. We walked through the game time prep the other day, and I was like, it's gonna be pretty cool. So it's gonna be a good time. But yeah, I missed my time at Mount Pleasant, but we can't wait to run out in Iowa and have a great time here. So it was good.
Jonah, there's a standard that this defense is set with a lot of new starters coming in.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like there's any pressure on you guys to kind of live up to that, the legacy that previous defenses have left?
I mean, yeah, you have that standard, but that's just built into the Iowa way. I mean, we all have standards for ourselves. Everyone has their job. You got to get your job done, and if you don't get your job done, then you're costing your teammates, and you don't want that to happen. So, as we take and we train and we do all this stuff, we don't look to mess up, but we're looking to have that standard that Iowa has each day. So yeah.
Your first game as a Hawkeye, just not getting too overwhelmed by the moment. What's going to be important for you?
Yeah, I don't know as much as it's overwhelming. I've played in big spotlights. I played at Notre Dame. I played at Illinois. I played at Penn State. So I don't know as much as it's a big spotlight. I mean, yeah, it's a big opportunity for me to play here at Iowa, but I don't see as much of it as a spotlight.
What have you learned from the other guys in the room, Aaron and everybody? I mean, that's just such a group that's got a lot of expectations.
Yeah, Max, Ethan, Aaron, they're all great mentors. Just the way they work every day, day in, day out. You strive to be like them, and you want to hold up the standard like we talked about in the D-line room. So it's amazing to work with them, and it's helped me tremendously in my game.
What have Kelvin and Jay brought as coaches?
Oh, they're wonderful. Man, they have new stuff every day. We're always critiquing stuff. We want to get better at stuff, and they're always trying to focus on the little things, which I like. So I think they bring a lot to it, and that's the reason why I came here too.
How's it different here than maybe at Central Michigan? What's the biggest difference in terms of scheme maybe for you?
Well, we didn't really two-gap as much at Central, so that's the biggest difference for me. So other than that, it's not big of a difference. We still have our gaps, we have our responsibilities. Everything's the same, so it's not too much of a difference, just the standard that they have here for other defense. So.
How have you been able to kind of just integrate in the defensive line room? I mean, these guys have been playing together for 3-4 years, but it seems like you've really gotten in and they welcomed you and you've really kind of blended in really well.
Yeah, it's been easy. From the first day I got here, Ethan, Aaron texted me within 2 days of my commitment. Just being able to be around the guys, being able to go golfing with them, being able to be around them, just those small things have helped a lot. And I feel chemistry with them already in a short amount of time, and I think it's going to be a fun year with them.
What's the biggest flip in terms of when you were kind of just focusing on personal development, fall camp, spring practice, whatever it may be, versus you're actually you're scouting an opponent now, you're kind of getting ready, I guess. Is there really a mental switch for you? Is it just kind of staying ingrained with the process?
I mean, you're always trying to get better at what you want to work on technique-wise, but the game plan, you got to work at the game plan. I mean, that's the biggest thing, just what they're going to run and critique what you're working on, be able to work on that while you're also doing the game plan, and that's the biggest thing. So yeah.
What's it been like trying to scout this team? I mean, I think they lost like 50 players. The portal, they got a new coach. Like, what do you even study about what they might do?
The coach is still, OC is still there. So, you just study the same plays that they ran in the past and then go from there. But, the scheme is probably going to be similar to what they're used to running, so that's what we're studying right now. So that's how it is. Yeah.
Have you ever played against a team with that much turnover? Because it's such a weird kind of.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, I've never played against someone like that. I mean, not having a film to watch against another team is kind of weird. But we still have the schemes that they did last year. We're watching, and that's what we're going forward with. So, yeah.